A conspiracy theory has all the elements of a good book. There are heroes and villains, plots and intrigue, and battles between good and evil. But the truth of the matter is none of it makes for very good reading. Many of the more popular conspiracy theories are tales filled with references to secret organizations and governmental bodies, many of which disbanded dozens or even hundreds of years ago, if they ever actually existed, all filled with lists of names and events that trail on for untold pages and references to obscure minutiae and faraway places. Any newcomer to the bizarre weirdom that compromises conspiracy culture might find himself quickly overwhelmed with minute details both quickly forgettable and mundane. The problem is, a lot of what conspiracy theories actually are is simply alternate history research, and like real history, most of it isn't very exciting subject matter. Long tomes filled with boring documents and lists of anonymous historical figures don't often sell very well, even if it is a book about how the government faked the moon landing. The people in the alternative press movement who make millions of dollars from radio show appearances and selling books about this crap can't do that if the horse shit they're peddling is too boring. So the hawkers of conspiracy theories often do what any good science fiction writers do. Rip off famous scenes and concepts from movies and pop culture to make their stories seem more interesting. Who the fuck wants to read a book about a bunch of old white guys at an economics summit? Nobody. But throw in some time travel and deadly viruses and fourth-dimensional reptilian aliens into the mix, and suddenly you've got a bestseller. Enter predictive programming. What is predictive programming, you may ask? Well, it goes like this. Supposedly there's a small group of very powerful people out there who control every single thing you read, hear, or see. They control all the television stations, all of the movie studios, all of the radio stations, all of the print media, down to the video games, cartoons, and comic books. These people also have some very nefarious plans involving controlling the world food supply and forcing everyone to live in hobbit houses after making them stupid through water fluoridation and sterile through chemtrails, before stripping everyone of their God-given right to own a gun, then throwing them into a FEMA camp and implanting them with microchips so that they'll be easier to control when they unleash the genetically engineered avian swine flu to wipe out 99% of the human race so that Jesus can come back and finally outlaw abortion. And for some reason, instead of just using their advanced alien technology and just taking over, they have to leave some small hints and Easter eggs and shit into popular media about their nefarious plans. Why? So that when the shit finally hits the fan like they've been telling us it will for the last 50 years, everyone will already be used to it. The idea is it's a technique to get people exposed to different possibilities so that people will get used to totalitarian policies, war, loss of civil rights, genocide, and so on. The idea being, hey, we saw this in a movie and it was okay there, so it must be okay in real life. The theory serves several different purposes. First, it paints the author of the conspiracy theory to play the role of the investigator and reporter, uncovering the evil plan of the Illuminati that's hidden in plain sight. Secondly, it allows the reader of the conspiracy theory to play an active role as they start hunting through pop culture for references to the occult themselves. The problem is it quickly becomes a self-reinforcing meme as such content and symbolism is widely used in popular media for many reasons, the least of which is its general commercial appeal. Suddenly every photograph with an eye in it becomes the all-seeing eye of the Illuminati or the eye of Horus. Every reporter, politician, or rock star that does the peace sign or the heavy metal horns becomes part of some nefarious plot. Every corporate logo with a circle or cross becomes satanic. Every design, illustration, or room with a checkerboard floor becomes a Masonic symbol. Pretty soon one finds oneself surrounded by the symbols and machinations of invisible enemies on all sides. Additionally, the concept of predictive programming makes no logical sense whatsoever. First off, given the amount of movies and television shows produced every year, the number of people involved in this conspiracy must be astronomical. How the hell do you keep a secret like this between an entire industry? Secondly, even if there was such a conspiracy, and powerful forces within the ruling class really did have machinations in play to murder large numbers of people and take over the world, why the hell would they put symbols about it in movies? What possible benefit does that give? Am I supposed to believe that a massive conspiracy to wipe out the human race with a genetically engineered bird flu virus would only succeed if they make a dipshit movie about it first? The whole thing is absurd. Predictive programming is just another paranoid delusion thought up by a nutjob on a chat board somewhere with zero basis in reality. No different than satanic message backmasking on heavy metal records or secret messages on the backs of cereal boxes that talk of imminent foreign invasions. Is it any wonder why such people become associated with the crazy conspiracy nutjob stereotype in the first place? Next, we're going to take a look at the role various religions have in the conspiracy theory thought, specifically Christianity. Until next time.